It is March 5th, beautiful day, so we took a trip over to Randolph County to take a look at the Riverstart Solar Park Project. We were able to look at about 15 of the solar fields within the project. This is a 200 megawatt project built at $180 million of solar investment, and it should power, they're estimating, at 36,000 homes. Some of the things to note. We note as far as screening goes, we can see they've got 6-foot fences with 2-foot barbed wire on top. They have planted the pine trees in front as screening. These should grow up to be between 6 and 8 feet. Setbacks that we're seeing mostly from the road appear to be about 50 foot from the right of way. Another example. Again, we do have gates, locked gates, knock boxes. Most of their entries have video cameras also present. And again, setbacks look to be about 50 foot from the right of way off the road. There is almost no glare coming off the panels on a sunny day. And also to note the inverters back there, you can see there's about 3 of them standing at the fence, standing at the road. There was no sound heard. It was a little bit windy today, but still no sound could be heard. Did have an opportunity to talk to a farmer who lives within the solar park project. His name was Keith Wiles. Mr. Wiles, 70-year-old gentleman who was out working in his yard. So you know me, I stopped, asked him a few questions, but really good take. He wasn't really for or against solar. He understood that Randolph County is or has always been pro renewables, so it didn't surprise him when they came in. He has a solar field directly across the street from his home. He also has a solar field directly to the south of his home. One neat story he told me was that when the solar company was installing the solar fields, that they actually replaced 2 culverts that allowed him for easier access to his field. So he was super happy about that. Again, overall, he just seemed okay with it. We talked about a lot of stuff we talk about in our workshops. And it was just really neat to get perspective and to have that kind of conversation with someone living inside of the solar project. Really, really good conversation. Here are just some more overall pictures of some of the solar fields. Again, we looked at probably at least 15 of the solar fields from the road, from the access roads. As you can see in the background, Randolph County is also really pro wind farms, wind turbines. They are everywhere. We saw hundreds of them today. It was almost unnerving. Here again, just kind of looking, there is no buffering or screening present where there is no non-participating properties present. Really neat to see a lot of the development in this. I mean, there in the background there are solar farms in the back of those fields. It was really surprising to see how much of the agricultural land was still in use, even with this size, a 200 megawatt farm present. Again, more overall pictures of different fields. But to get back to, a 200 megawatt farm, to have the amount of farmland still in use was really surprising, especially being that big. Here we see there on the left, half of this field is still being used for farming. And if we come around and go to the other side of the street, in the background there, is another solar field, but again, over half of that field is still being used for farmland. So it's really neat to see kind of the layout and the development that they've put uh, in this project area. Again, more overall pictures. Here are some more concentrated areas uh, of the solar farm, or one of the fields, I guess. But again, the amount of ag land still in use is surprising. Here again, looking at some of the pine trees for screening coming along across from non-participating homes. But just again, if we note the farm fields that are still being used, here in the background is again a solar field in the background, with most of the farm field still in use. And wind turbines everywhere. And I found that into the south end of Jay County too, as I came into Randolph County. Again, just more overall pictures from different solar fields. As you can see, a lot of these set way back again, with a lot of open land. And one of the things that I keep thinking about as I'm looking at all these fields, and I'm looking at the 6-foot fence and the 2 foot of barbed wire, is if we had 6 to 8 foot pine trees in front of this fence, and you can see the height of the panels, the height of the fence, we wouldn't see this field at all with proper screening. Again, just overall pictures. So, for the most part, really informational trip. It was really neat to see layout and development. Really neat to see how setbacks and screening and buffering have been used. Uh, really surprised at the amount of farmland that is still in use with this large 200 megawatts of a solar farm out there, with that much ag land still in use. If you get a chance, take the trip. It is on State Road 36, just past Modoc. Take 35 to 36 and you're there. It's about an hour from Gas City. Uh, any questions, give me a call. Other than that, that's it. Thanks. Have a great day.